Hey everybody, David here, and today I want to talk about blockbuster movies. Are there too many of them? What's going on with the state of Hollywood right now? It's something that a lot of people are really talking about, and I wanted to throw my 2 cents in there. As someone who, is not someone that can afford to go to see every movie, maybe I can relate a little bit more to people out there that are in the same boat as me. Um, First of all, that we have so many blockbusters right now. Some of them are really good. Some of them maybe not so great. Disney is dominating, that is for sure. And for me, even though I love the stuff that Disney is creating, whether it's Marvel or Star Wars or Pixar or Disney themselves, I'm happy that those films are doing great. But then we have other films out there that are getting okay word of mouth or great word of mouth, but still not doing that great. Now, look, movies like Hellboy, I'll agree. I think that movie should probably burn at the bottom of the barrel. I'm glad nobody went to go and waste their money on it. Not that I'm happy that people probably lost their jobs after working on that movie, because it sucks when people put their hard work on a film and then the film doesn't turn out the way they were hoping it would. No one in Hollywood goes out to make a bad film, but there are people that do make a film hoping to make a lot of money out of it. And, it's just like any other business we work at, whether you're someone that's like me, that, I don't work at a successful, big, huge business like Pixar or Warner Brothers or Disney. I work at a small little factory doing hard labor. Like many other people probably do as well. Some people are just starting off, and if you're a young person in their 20s, you're probably working at the grocery store or working at a movie theater yourself, ripping people's tickets and making sure they're not scandaling you. I don't know. But look, the blockbusters this year, let's face it, some of them are okay, but I think some are worth checking out. Obviously, lots of people. Godzilla had a mixed reaction from critics, but from people that saw the movie, most people did think it was okay. Why didn't people go and check out an okay movie? Same thing with Dark Phoenix. I've heard a lot of people actually say they thought Dark Phoenix wasn't that bad. Others think it was that bad. I tend to lean on the meh side of things. It was alright. I didn't think it was terrible. I didn't think it was great. And that leads us to look at this and say, well, obviously people don't want to go see just an okay movie. They want to get the bang for their buck, because guess what? Things are tight nowadays. Not just in the theaters, but we also, our wallets are tight. We don't have really a lot to spend. And a lot of that has to do with the ticket prices. Let's face it, ticket prices, and I don't think Hollywood understands this, or theater chains. It's not just ticket prices, but the popcorn and drinks that you want to get afterwards. I go to the theater sometimes, I'll get my ticket, but sometimes I'll skip the popcorn and drinks stand, because when it all adds up, it starts to get a little pricey. I'm serious. Like, I'll get a small popcorn and sometimes a medium drink. Sometimes I'll get a small, depending on how I feel. And that alone is like at least $12. Just for a small popcorn and a medium drink is $12, maybe $15. When you get a combo pack, it's $20 to $25. It's insane how much these popcorn and drinks cost. And I get it, that's where the theater makes their money, while studios make their money off the tickets, but it's still, they're ripping us off. And I guarantee you, if you were to lower a lot of those prices, a lot more people would probably come and get more popcorn and drinks. Probably even refills if they could. But the problem is it's way too expensive. Way too expensive. Ticket prices are like it depends on where you go. A regular seating, for me, for an example, a regular theater with no reserve seatings, maybe no 3D, maybe 3D, is $13. The AVX theater, which is like a mini IMAX, how they describe it, is $18. The IMAX is maybe $21. And those are both reserved seatings as well. You see the problem here, right? So let's say if I want to see 2 movies or 3 movies this month, I would have to spend $60 to see 3 movies, which is freaking expensive, you know? And that's where people start to feel tight on their budget. Let's not forget that a lot of us have to go and buy groceries, also buy new clothes once in a while, you know. So and we also want to do other things to have fun, like maybe go to a theme park once in a while, or go to a water park. I guess that's the same thing, or you know, just travel for a little bit, like or go down to the cottage and just relax there. We don't always spend our time at the movies. Some of us do when we don't have much else to do. But look, the majority of people want to do other things. And when the theater owners think that, or the studios think that all we have to do is, oh, come back next week and check out this movie, come out and check out this movie, we're going to be a little bit more wiser with where we spread our money. So Avengers Endgame was the first huge, big blockbuster of the year. And then after that, it looks like people have been skipping certain weeks and only going to the Disney ones, because Disney is more spread out a little bit more. They spread out all their things. Obviously, Aladdin has been doing really good. Toy Story 4 just did really good this weekend. And pretty soon we got Spider-Man Homecoming in 2 weeks. So it's like it's a very crowded summer, because you also have Men in Black, you also have Godzilla, you also have Hellboy. So you have all these other ones, and the rest of them are doing piss poor. I think Spider-Man is going to do great because it's following Endgame, and a lot of people are really excited to see what is the first movie that follows that movie. What is it going to do? And I'm already hearing some big things, similar things that I heard about Endgame, that you want to check out this movie as quick as possible. So that's going to get the hype machine going, because you don't want to spoil yourself for it online. And you know, in the past, in previous summers, we've always had movies a lot more spread out. You can feel that, okay, you have time to go and check out that movie, because in maybe 3-4 weeks, the next big blockbuster will come out. You felt a little bit more air into the room. But I feel like now that people are trying to build cinematic universes, it creates this cluster of movies that now people are going to have to be a lot more picky. It's a terrible sign for Hollywood, and I hope they really do find a way to like compromise and say, okay, look, how are we going to do this? I also think there are people that do want more original content. Now, there are original content always coming out. Booksmart is a great example of a really good movie out there right now, from what I've heard. But people like myself probably hasn't seen it because, well, we're saving our money for that big thing. So the smaller things get a little bit more lower. I have also heard today that a lot of younger people in their 20s and younger, watch more YouTube than actual movies, which is odd to me, because how are you experiencing a story just by watching 20 seconds of a YouTube clip? This is what I heard today. Apparently there was an interview, they gathered some people around and asked them, do they watch movies? And a lot of them have been saying no. And that makes me sad as a movie fan to hear that there are people that don't watch movies, that don't enjoy them the way they should be seen. I feel the communal experience of films is beginning to die down, and that scares me a little bit, because I do feel like the theater is somewhere where it's like a concert. When you go to a concert, you're going there and having a good time. You can feel the energy in the room of a lot of people who are having a great time. Endgame is probably the best experience I've had at a movie ever. It was something that you hear about from other people about the original Star Wars trilogy, where people are cheering, people are clapping. It was such a great time at the theaters, and I feel bad for anybody that didn't get a chance to go see Endgame and experience that because, wow, and you can even look up clips of online, hear clips online of audience reactions of Avengers Endgame. It's so amazing to have that kind of a theater impact, you know? And to know that a lot of younger kids are not into films as much as the older generation is kind of sad and scary to me. We've already lost video stores, and I'm going to admit, there's a part of me that kind of misses the video store aspect of going and grabbing the movie that you want, even though sometimes it was annoying because like sometimes it wouldn't be there, and you're like, man, and then you're forced to like rent something else. I'll admit it. There are some conveniences when it comes to getting things online, but Netflix is kind of like that too, right? Because they swap movies once in a while. So let's say I want to watch The Dark Knight, and I find out, oh well, Netflix just took The Dark Knight down. Then I can't watch it. Thank goodness I still have my DVD and Blu-ray collection because I can watch any movie whenever I want, and the movies that I own, anyways. But yes, okay, streaming service has its advantages, but I think there's something special when you go out to a theater and hang out with a group, with a large audience that wants to have a good time and enjoy these films. And I would encourage, if there's a younger person watching this right now, probably not because this video is already over 10 minutes long, I would encourage you to go to the theater, go to a big movie that you're excited about. Watch a trailer and see if that movie interests you. Because when the theater is crowded, I think you get that excitement, you know? I went to Toy Story 4. The whole theater was loving it. We were all laughing at the right jokes. It was a great time at the movies, I felt. And I feel a lot of people are forgetting to have a good time when they're at the movies. They rather be on their phones and you know, oh, what's going on Twitter? Oh, Trump is talking? Oh, well. Put down the phone for an hour or two and just have fun watching these stories that are supposed to connect to us in some way. I mean, there's something out there for everybody, and I just wanted to make this video to kind of, it just makes me sad that, you know, I love movies, and I'm not saying everybody has to love every movie out there, but like, there has to be something out there for people to go out and enjoy and have a good time. Bring some friends along. That's how you have a good time, is bring a group of friends and just, you know, talk about it afterwards. How great was that movie? How terrible was that movie? Sometimes even a terrible movie can give you a good conversation. And I think sometimes people forget about that a little bit. But then again, it might also have to do with the fact that, you know, budget is a concern. So I don't know. There's a lot of things to talk about, I guess, on this subject, and I'll leave that up to you guys. Please comment below and tell me your thoughts on this whole, you know, theater experience. Are you guys sad that, you know, a lot of blockbuster films aren't doing as well? Now, I don't always love movies that a lot of people, you know, rave about, and I don't always hate movies that a lot of people hate on. So, I don't know. It depends on the person, I guess. It's sad. Anyways, comment below, have a discussion. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel. Hopefully I didn't repeat myself too much. And until next time, take care.